Hi friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a brand new video. So today I will be sharing with you my most requested look slash signature look. Anytime I'm wearing this specific makeup, I always get asked, what are you wearing, what foundation you're wearing, what blush you wear. Can you please show us how you do your makeup? So this is like my go-to look when I don't want to do anything new, I don't want to try anything new, I don't want to wear eyeshadow, but I still want to feel like a baddie. This is literally my go-to. So I'm going to share with you all the products. The technique never changes. The products, I'm always changing them because I'm always trying out new things, but the technique stays the same, and obviously the lip combo always changes. But for today I will be sharing with you exactly how I get this look, and more importantly I will be sharing my skincare routine before I apply makeup, because skincare is important. Okay, if your skin is not taken care of, your makeup is not going to look good. So with that said, grab your cafecito. I already drank mine because it's already 12 o'clock, but I drank my cafecito. Grab yours and let me show you my signature look and how to look like a BADDIE. Good makeup starts with good skin. So I'm going to walk you through my morning skincare routine. This is how I prep my skin before I put on any makeup. I always start with a toner. This is the one that I've been using as of lately. This is the Haru Wonder Black Rice Hyaluronic Acid. This is ultra penetrating. So if you are wanting something to really hydrate and quench your skin, you need to start with a hydrating toner, because I feel like this just really sets the tone for your makeup application. So I take some on the hand and just like work it in, and then I let this dry. Now, because this is a water-based toner, this is going to really sink into the skin, and it's going to be super light. It's not going to be heavy. Already my skin is starting to come back to life. Now we're going to go in with serums. Now you can use as many serums as you like. Some dermatologists say that up to 3 serums will be the most your skin will penetrate. Right now, I am doing 3 because, again, my skin is so dry. So the first one I go in with is my Vitamin C serum. This is by the brand Vichy. Ever since I got this in PR a few months ago, it has been my absolute go-to because it is so light on the skin. It doesn't leave you that sticky vitamin C feeling. Like a lot of vitamin C's that I've tried in the past make my skin very tacky, and I don't like that feeling because it just doesn't wear nicely underneath makeup. And this one is just super lightweight. You can like layer it and it won't look ugly on your skin. So I go in with my vitamin C serum to help me with brightening, any discoloration that I may have, aging, fine lines and wrinkles, plump skin, all of that. If you have irregular texture on your skin, if you have excess sebum, if you're an oily skin girly, you really need to incorporate niacinamide into your skincare routine. This is my second bottle of the Anua Heartleaf Peach Niacinamide Serum. This stuff has literally changed my skin, and it'll also add hydration, because niacinamide will do that for you. It's that girl, okay? So I bring this all over my neck and then up to obviously my face, my forehead, just really working it and pressing it into my skin so it can absorb really quick. For my moisturizer, this is the Purito Mighty Bamboo Panthenol Cream. Panthenol helps with skin barrier, so if you have a damaged skin barrier due to retinols, retinoids, tretinoin, or if you have just a damaged skincare barrier because maybe you use a product that wasn't meant for your skin, this is going to bring your skin back to life. It is extremely lightweight, so it's perfect for us oily skin girlies. It's so light, but it leaves that really pretty dewy look on your skin. As soon as it dries, it just gives the perfect amount of glow without being greasy or heavy, which for me is perfect because, again, I am oily and I need something that's a little lightweight on the skin. I don't always use this, but on the days that I need a little extra something, right now I am peeling right here because of the tretinoin. I will take this Embryolysse cream. I use this on my clients whenever I do freelance makeup, and I've gotten so much feedback that they love how their makeup looks. So today I am going to take it on the areas where I feel like I just need a little extra hydration. This is on the thicker side, so if you are extremely oily and you're not like flaky or dry at the moment, I would skip out on this, but this product is amazing for extremely dry skin. It looks really pretty underneath makeup. You can also use this if you are oily. I would just go with their gel formula instead of the cream formula. Of course, we have to finish our skin with SPF, and my absolute favorite one is the Paula's Choice SPF 5% Vitamin C. This is a sheer moisturizer, so this is going to protect your skin against the sun rays while also brightening your skin at the same time. It is hydrating, but it's not heavy at all. So this is the one that I use pretty much every single day. If I know I'm not gonna, step a foot outside, I personally don't use sunscreen if I know I'm just going to be indoors like all day. But on the days that I know that I'm running errands or I'm just going to be out, I always reach for this. I tried so many sunscreens, you guys. Like, I cannot tell you how many sunscreen brands I've tried, and this is the one that I know it's going to be my forever favorite. I tried a sample of this, immediately bought this. And as you can see, now my skin looks nice and juicy and dewy. It is ready for makeup application. I'm just going to let everything sink in for about 5 minutes. So now let's go in with the base. Now with the base, it really depends on the day. It depends on where I'm going. It depends on my mood. I'm lucky enough to have a few foundations to choose from, but today I wanted to go with something that was going to be full coverage, a little matte, but a little dewy at the same time. So I'm going to mix two of my favorite drugstore foundations right now. This is the Maybelline Superstay Activewear, and this is the Maybelline Superstay Lumi Matte foundation. So this is going to give me coverage, and this is going to give me a little bit of luminosity. For my primer, I always go for something that is a little grippy. So of course, we're going in with the Maybelline Grippy serum. I've been talking about this non-stop. This one is very nice because it's lighter on the skin and it's not going to be so heavy. So again, for all my oily skin girlies. Now I only have been applying this to the outer perimeters just because I don't want my skin to get too oily, and then take it on to the forehead since I don't get too oily on this area. Now because I want my skin to look absolutely flawless, I am going to correct my pores a little bit using my Milani Conceal and Perfect Primer. This one has just been my holy grail. It's so similar to the Huda Beauty. I actually haven't even used my Huda Beauty in quite some time, and I like to take quite a bit because what I've been doing is I've been taking it underneath my eyes. I mean, it's a primer, so it works either way. Oh, my hands are so cold. It's so cold today. I'm going to take a little bit up to my under eye area, and this just gives that super smooth base because this primer does that. It smooths out the skin without being too silicone-y. I'm going to drag this down just to make sure that I'm like painting my face first, and then we're going to go in and blend with a foundation or a little sponge. And look at that, it's giving coverage, but it's also giving a little bit of radiance to the skin. Since my skin is a little on the dry side right now, I don't want to immediately go in with like a super mattifying foundation because I just know my skin's not going to look good. And if you are having the same issues, reach for a foundation that's a little more on the dewy, luminous side, but that's not like thick and greasy. So I've been seeing this technique around social media where you actually take your concealer on the back of your hand, and I'm just going to use the Rimmel London because honestly, like, I'm really into this at the moment. It's full coverage. It does dry pretty quickly, so just make sure you work quickly with it. And I've been seeing how they just pick up whatever they need on the back of their brush, and then they go in instead of going so heavy with your concealer, which makes sense because I tend to have a very heavy hand when it comes to my concealer. So I just wanted to try this little hack to see if it's something that I can make work for me. Although I like to color correct most of the time, but I'm just not going to do that today. I'm going to pick up a little more and drag it. I mean, it's doing its job where it's correcting or concealing, I guess, those dark circles. which is ultimately what I want. I can see how this would work for a lot of people. Like, this is something that I can get into because I do, like I said, have a heavy hand, and sometimes I feel like less is more. Especially as we age, the under skin or the skin underneath our eyes is a little thinner and it just doesn't hold a lot of products as well. So this is something that I might start implementing as I age. I'm going in with a little bit of bronzer, just using my Rare Beauty bronzer. This is in the shade Sienna, and then once again using my favorite brush, and we're just gonna blend that out. If you don't want as much makeup, definitely skip out on the cream bronzer, or you can go a little bit heavier hand with your cream bronzer and then not apply any powder bronzer after. It depends for me. Sometimes if I feel like I need a little more warmth to my face, I will go in with a powder bronzer. Sometimes I feel like it's just enough and I'll just leave it as is, but more than likely I will go in with a powder bronzer just because I didn't use too much this time. I like to bring this on the outer perimeter just because I do have like a heart-shaped face, I think. And I like to make this look a little bit smaller since I do have a big forehead. Thanks, Mom. Just kidding. Blush, of course, is a must. I've been really into these little putty blushes from FWEE. Fui, I believe that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. But these make your skin look absolutely airbrushed. So pretty. And these are the same ones that I use for my lips for that blurred out look. I feel like 2025 is going to be the year of like blurred lipstick trends. I've already seen a few, like, what's it called? Hard Candy has some. Who else has the blurred lipsticks? Maybelline has some. And then these have that blurred look to them. So I don't know. I think we might see that trend in 2025. I'm calling it. Okay? I'm calling it. Of course, we're going to set using the new... Oh! I just dropped a bunch of powder all over my carpet. Great. Now, me personally, for some reason, I don't like setting my face with a loose powder. So I'm going to go in with a loose powder, or pressed powder, I should say. This is the Carslin powder that is literally amazing. I'm pretty sure I'm going to hit pan on this very soon. It's a Korean setting powder, of course. Anything Korean skincare, Korean makeup is top notch. I like this because it's soft, it's velvety, it gives your skin that matte finish, and it's not heavy at all. They do have other shades. I bought mine at on Amazon, I should say, but they also have it on the TikTok shop. I don't know, I'm just too impatient, so I don't like to order things a lot from the TikTok shop because it takes too long. And sometimes Amazon will have it for the same price or cheaper. So that's where I bought mine, but I really recommend it to anyone that's looking for a pressed powder that doesn't dry out the skin. I really like that one. This has been my absolutely go-to bronzer for the past like 2 months, I should say. The What's a Beauty medium bronzer. I go in between the medium and the tan bronzer, but this one is so pretty, you guys. Like, if you're looking for a really good bronzer that's just different than what you have, I really like this brand, and they have such great quality products. Their brushes are amazing. Their blushes and brushes. I'm going in with Naked Brown from Wet n Wild. This is such a perfect everyday blush color. Like, look at this. I love this so much. It's like the perfect nude brown. It's just enough. And you can also use this as a bronzer. So I'm going to bring it up a little bit. Literally the prettiest blush you will ever come across. I'm quickly going to apply a little bit of fixing spray. It's not going to set the skin, but this is the Juvias Ready Set Sealed Setting Spray. This just kind of like melts all the powders together so my skin doesn't feel as dry. While I let this dry, I like to go in with a little bit of like a brow powder and a very small like skinny brush, and I like to bring my little beauty marks back to life. So this one here, I like them with a powder versus like a liquid pen. I feel like they look a little more normal, more natural. And these are like the ones that I have on my face. I don't add anything else. I do have one here that I will occasionally pop out. And for my highlight, I love the Embryolysse highlighter. This is just an OG. Even though I do have the one that Anastasia released like maybe like last year, that is literally the same thing as this. But this is just nostalgic, you know, it just hits home anytime that I pull it out. Such a good good highlight, I should say. And I don't even care if it's expired, which it might be because this is a few years old. It's still so good, look at that. For liner, I am going to use the one that I've kind of been like using back and forth, which is this one from About Face. Excuse me, the liquid lipstick in Deja Brew. Love this because it's like literally the perfect brown. I feel like I can personally get away with pretty big lashes because I have so much lid space between my eyes and my brows that big lashes look good on me. Obviously lashes like this are not gonna look good on everybody, but go for your favorite lash that suits your eye style. Once the lashes are applied, I always finish it off with a little bit of an eyeliner. I like to use the shade Tranquila from the Tres Luce liner. Whatever happened to this brand? Is this still a thing? I need to know. Okay. For my lipstick, I'm going to use my current favorite lip liner from NYX. This is Syringe Sienna. I've been using it so much. Then I'm going to go in with a liquid lipstick. I always like a matte lip with this specific beat because it just completes it. So I'm going to go in with this one from Rimmel London in the shade Strapless. Went off camera, did my hair. I did my messy little updo that I've been doing recently when it's like getting close to hair wash day because it just looks cute and it's messy. It looks like I put a lot of effort into it, but I really didn't. I did top it off with a gloss this time just because the Rimmel lipstick is way too dry and it got a little crumbly. So I was like, okay, I need to top it off with something. So I added this Lawless Forget the Filler lip liner in Daisy Pink. It is so pretty, you guys. It is the perfect soft nude pink. But anyways, that is the end of today's video. This is my go-to signature look using just an array of products like this. Whenever I want to feel cute, I want to feel pretty, I want to feel confident, this is the look that I go to because I know how bad I'm gonna look. Okay, so I hope you guys recreate this look. I hope you guys learned something new. Makeup is all about learning what works for your face structure, your face shape, your eye shape, your lip shape, your nose shape, whatever it is. These are products that just work for me, and these are techniques, tips, and tricks that work for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!